Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So we just design the lead compensator or the PD compensator. In this session, we will talk about the PI controller. The PI controller, which is also called the phase lag compensator. So why phase lag compensator? We already discussed in the previous session. It is recommended to listen to the previous session to understand this one. And simply, we say that if we have the integrator, so the Laplace transform of the integrator is equal to 1 over s. And since s is a complex quantity, so we say that it has a real imaginary part. So let us ignore. You cannot ignore the real part, but let us say that the real part is equal to 0. So we can say that s is equal to j omega, and if it is j omega, then we say that it has the magnitude, and the polar form it will become equal to minus 90. And if it is minus 90, then with the reference signal it will lag behind 90 degrees by 90 degrees. In this case, I lag behind the reference signal by some angle. That is why it's called the phase lag compensator. So this is called the phase lag compensator or the PI compensator. And the PI, we will get this plus pi, or we can say plus 90 degrees. So we say that with this plus, so it will lead the what is called the reference signal. So that is why it's called the phase lead compensator. So the PD, we say that that is called the phase lead compensator. And this is called the phase lag compensator. When we are using the phase lag compensator, this means that we are multiplying the transfer function with some kind of the what is called 1 over s. So we have an s in the denominator. This means that if we make the s at the pole location, in this case it is equal to 0. So it is equal to 0, we will get a pole. So this means that we are adding a pole to the system. This also means that the pole will be toward the imaginary axis, because we are adding a pole to the what is called the transfer function. And to balance this the total angle contribution, we are adding a 0, which we already discussed in the previous section, because without this 0 the angle will not be what is called the total angle contribution over the closed loop pole will not be adjusted, or it will not be equal to 180 degrees. That is why we consider the 0, but it should be near to this pole. In other case, we see the total. This is the design transfer function from the controller, which is equal to Kc s plus Zc, and then we have s plus Pc. So you see that if Zc and Pc, they are close enough to each other, so they can cancel each other. Also, the effect of each other, they can easily cancel the effect of what is called the effect of each other. When the PC is at 0, like over here, when PC is at here, then that is called, we see that is the PC equal to 0. This is a special type of the PI controller. We can say the lag compensator. Now, why the lag compensator? You see, in the lag compensator, 0 is away from the imaginary axis. We say that the root locus will be dragged toward 0. That we already discussed in the previous section also. So if it is dragged toward the 0, in this case it is away from the imaginary axis. So if it is dragged from from this axis like this, so what will happen? This steady state error can be improved. Also the transient behavior, that can be improved, because it is away from the imaginary axis. Anyhow, the lag compensator, that is used to increase the type of the what is called the system. And this is dealing like to increase the steady state, what is called the improve the steady state error of the system. So if we are going to improve the steady state error, if we want to improve the steady state error of the system, then we have to use the PI controller or the lag compensator. However, the what is called the ZC is placed very near to the PC. Both locations should be approximately the same, so that you see the negative and positive effect that will cancel. You see that on the pole they will cancel, or you can say the that should be very, you see ZC should be placed very near to the pole location, so that the negative effect of the pole on the transient performance of the system is compensated. So we can say that ZC and PC should be placed near to each other, so that the negative effect of pole on transient performance, what will happen of the system, transient performance of the system is compensated. That will also compensate. Remember, for the type 2 system, you should not take phase lag compensator. PI controller. Why? Because it will increase the what is called the type of the system also, and because it will have higher, it will make the system highly destable, or you can also say unstable. So that is why what we have to do for a type 2 system, we have not to consider the phase lag compensator. Let us consider the an example what is called which is what is called the system transient response is balanced, but you see we are going to improve the steady state what is called the error. In this case, what happened? Let's say that we have a system with some transfer function Gs is equal to K divided by S divided by S plus 2. So we already know that how should be the response of this system. So you see that is very clear, because we discussed this in the time response analysis of the second order system also. So if we take the root locus of this one, so we have one pole over here, is equal to 0, and another pole at is equal to -2, and as you say that as the gain will increase, it will break up, it will happen where they will move toward each other and then into the system. They will go into the system. So at -1, we can say at -1 they will go into the system. So you see that is clear. So since the instability is not the issue over here, so the system is stable in this case. But let us improve the performance of the system. We can also say that the steady state error of the system. So let us say that how we have to improve the steady state error of the system. Now again we have to go for the user requirement. So that what the user wants. Let us say that the user specification is design specification is zeta is equal to 0.45 in this case, and the gain of this what is called the controller, that should be equal to 20, or the system should be equal to what? 20. It should be 20. Remember that the KV is of the uncompensated system. The uncompensated system, the KV of the uncompensated system is equal to K divided by 2. In this case, we have to find what is the value of the K, and then we can also find KV in this case. So straightforward, what we have to do, we have to find Z is equal to 0.45 line, And how we have to find zeta is equal to 0.45 line, which means that we have to find theta over here. We have to find theta. So theta will be equal to what? Cos inverse of zeta. So if you find theta, so this theta will be equal to what? Theta will be equal to 63.26. Theta is equal to 63.26. So this means that we have we have to satisfy the system such that the closed loop post that will pass through this one, so that at this point. So we have to find something that will what is called design such that what is called, it should be this point. It should be this point. And if you find this point, so we say that this is a 63 point. This is given now because it is already there. So this is a 63.26 degrees, and this is 1, which is also given. So this means that we can find this one, this line, the vertical, this location. So this location you can easily find, and in this case this will be equal to, you can use the tangent identity. So y will be equal to this line. Let's say this is equal to y, and let's say that y is equal to what? Tangent inverse of the theta, and theta is equal to 63.2 in this case. So y will be equal to 2. So this means this is equal to 2. So now we say that this -1 is known, and this is also known, which is equal to j2 now, because this vertical line is also known. So we found this closed loop position, which is equal to what? S is equal to -1 plus j2. Or since we have to consider the symmetry, so another point is equal to -1 minus j2. So you see, now let us find the gain of the system at this point. So gain of the system you can easily find from this one, from this relationship, you see, from this one. So if you find the gain of the system, so gain will be equal to what? 1 over s into s plus 2, and in this case the gain of the system will be equal to what? Will be equal to 5. So because this is g, and the gain will be equal to 1 over g. So you can find from that one. Also you can use the magnitude criteria. So if you will use the magnitude criteria, you can also find the value of the gain. So remember, this is equal to what? We have to find at s is equal to what? -1 plus j2. So the gain at s is equal to -1 plus j2 will be equal to 1 over -1 plus j2, and then this will be equal to -1 plus j2 plus 2, and now we have to multiply this one. So g of s is equal to -1 plus j2. So this will be equal to 1 over, and this one will be equal to j2 square and -1 square, and similarly this will become equal to g of s will become equal to 1 over 4 minus 1, which is equal to 5, and j square is equal to, actually j square is equal to -4 minus 1. So this will become like this, and finally it will become equal to -1 over 5, and then k is equal to 1 over g. So if k is equal to 1 over g, means k is equal to 5. So we find the value of the gain also. So we have, at this point we found the value of the gain. So k is equal to 5 at this point. Now we have sufficient information. We have the gain information. So the gain of the system is given, and you see we can also find the natural frequency from this point, because this is zeta omega n, same as the previous one. So this is zeta omega n, which is equal to 1. Zeta, we have zeta, so we can also find the natural frequency of the system. So we can find the natural frequency of the system, and from this you can also, then zeta omega n is given, so you can also find the settling time of the system, which is equal to 4 seconds in this case, because the settling time is equal to what? Settling time is equal to 4 divided by zeta omega n. Since zeta omega n is equal to 1, so the settling time is equal to 4 seconds. So the settling, you see, we found all the performance parameter that are desirable. So we have the gain, which is 5, we have the settling time, we have the zeta, which is equal to 0.45, which is given. We can also find omega n from zeta omega n. So you see, also we can find the kV of the, the gain of the, if we are finding the kV of the uncompensated system, which is compensated system, which was equal to what? K divided by 2. So this is equal to 2.5. Now this in this particular case, kV is equal to 2.5. You see, kV is equal to 2.5, and what we are going to do? We are going to increase the kV to 20, because the user specification is that the gain of the what is called the closed loop transfer function should be the gain should be equal to what? Should be equal to 20. And in this case, we have the what is called the gain of this closed loop. The poles in this case is 5, and the system is equal to the compensator is equal to K divided by 2. Uncompensated system, which is equal to what is called which is equal to 2.5, which should rise to 20. Now how to make this one equal to what is called 20? So we have, this means that we have to increase this kV equal to greater than 20. Become equal to 20. So this means that we have to improve the steady state error over here. So we can say that in this example the transient is satisfied, because we already have the gain, we have the everything that is lies on the left half plane, and we do not have an issue of the instability of the system. But however, we can improve the what is called the performance of the system in terms of the stability of the system in terms of the what is called the steady state error. So we need to minimize the steady state error, or we need to maximize kV of the system. So let us do that one. To improve the steady state error, we already said that what we have to do, we have to use the PI controller, or the, so we have to use PI controller. PI means the lag compensator. So we have to use that one. And lag compensator means that you see, the lag means PI means, you see, you can also say 1 over S. This integrator is 1 over S. So this means that we have to add a pole to the what is called a pole to the system. So we have to add a pole, and to balance we have to add a 0 toward the left hand side. So we have to add this one to the system, and then we have to improve the performance of the system. It can be anywhere. It's not necessary that it should be you see, it can be anywhere until and unless you have to the location, until and unless you have to satisfy the angle condition. So where the total angle over the closed loop pole 0 will be equal to 180, or an odd multiple of 180. If that condition is not satisfied, you have to change the location of this pole in series. Let us go to the next page. So what we have in our case, we have 1 over S, and then we have S plus 2. So we have one pole over here, and then another one at minus 2, one is at 0, and then we have these two lines. This is 0.45 line, which we just what is called found. The zeta is equal to 0.45 line. We found this angle, which was equal to 63. Let me find this one. This is 63.26, and we also found y is equal to 2. So I will use that information also. So you see, we have this one. I have to properly use this angle. I think this is wrongly drawn. So I have to properly draw this one, because to make it like 63, so that we can get this location, which is equal to minus plus j over here. Now everything seems perfect. So this is equal to 1. So we have 1, this is equal to 63, this is 2, zeta is given, zeta omega n is given, everything is given, and now we have to do what? We have to add a pole and a 0. They say that we add a pole near to the imaginary axis, and then we have to add a 0, but this is so close. That you see that total contribution of the angle will become equal to 0. If we will use only the pole, so the angle contribution cannot become equal to 0. So this means that you see over this location, over this closed loop pole, the angle of this one and this one, you see they are so close to each other that the angle between the two, this angle, you see the angle which is pi, in this case we say this is equal to what? Pi PC minus pi ZC is approximately equal to 0. So this is approximately equal to 0 because they are near to each other. So they are what? Near to each other, so that the net angle contribution at the pole at S is equal to what? Minus 1 plus J2, minus 1 plus minus J2, because we have the symmetry, satisfy the symmetry, there are two poles. Cancel out, or we can say that negative of each other, so there is the same thing, so cancel out, so that cancel out. So what will happen? This means that the distance of this 0 from the closed loop pole and the distance of the pole from the closed loop pole, that will also become equal. You see this over here. Let me use another color. This one over here. So we say that the length of this ZC from the closed loop pole, and this one, the length of the pole of the controller from the closed loop pole, that will also become equal. So they will cancel out each other in the numerator and the denominator. So in other terms, what we are doing, we have the GS, which is equal to 1 over S into S plus, sorry, this is K divided by S plus 2, and then we are adding this one, so KC S plus ZC, and then we have S plus PC. So the overall we have DS and we have this GS, which is equal to, let's say that KC multiplied by is also equal to K of the system, and this K into S plus ZC divided by S into S plus 2 into S plus PC. You see that if ZC and ZPC, they are close enough to each other, then you can also cancel these two. So in the numerator and denominator, you can cancel this one also. So we can cancel this one also because we say that they are close enough to each other. Anyhow, we add this one, so this will have the effect on the gain of the system. So what will be the gain of the system in this case? So KV in this case will be equal to what the gain of the transfer function of the system, and then we have the ZC multiplied by ZC, and then you see, let me show it to you. So this multiplied by this, and then we have this multiplied by this one. So you can say 2 multiplied by PC. So this since we know that ZC and PC, they are closer enough to each other, so we say that this will be equal to what? This will be equal to K divided by 2. And the system requirement is what? The system requirement is that this should be equal to what? that this should be equal to 20. This is the requirement. This is the user specification. Now in this case, this should be equal to this should be equal to this should be equal to 20 only if you see, because we know the value of k is equal to 5. So this should be equal to 20 only if ZC divided by PC, this is equal to 8. This is equal to 8. So you see, 5 multiplied by 8 is 40, divided by 2 is equal to 20. So we will get 20. So this means that we have to get this factor. And how to get this one? This can be this factor will be achieved if we place the distance between the ZC and PC on the real axis in this in this ratio. So this is why we have to carefully select the value of the ZC and PC so that it will become equal to you see the system gain will be increased. So let's see that how to select this one. So what we have again, we have this one pole which is at 0, another pole which is at -2. Sorry, this is pole -2. This is 0. And now what we did, let us say that we add a pole. You see, let me use another color. Let's say that we add a pole over here. It's near to the imaginary axis, and then a 0. So we add this one, and then we have to add a 0. Then what should be the ratio between the ZC and PC? It should be equal to 8. So if you do that one, again you see this is -1 point, so that this is the same point, it's called the zeta. So the zeta requirement is also satisfied. Zeta is equal to what? Zeta is equal to 0.45, which means the angle is equal to this one. And this one, and this is what? This is the point -2. So this will cross this point. And another one will cross this point. So these 2 points will be these 2 points will be on the root locus. You see, we have to this point which is what is called J2, and this point which is -J2. These 2 points should be on the real axis at -1 on the real axis, this location, and the gain should be equal to 20. And then we said that we place this pole in zeros, and if we place this pole in 0, so this pole in 0 placed in such a way that the ratio between ZC and PC is 8. So if we say that the pole location is equal to, let's say that ZC is equal to -0.1, then what should be the location of PC? Then PC should be equal to, and PC should be equal to ZC divided by this one. So PC will be equal to 0.1 divided by 8. So this should be the location of the pole. You see, this is approximately at 0, and this is near to the 0. So we place this one with this location is equal to -0.1 divided by 8, minus 0.1 divided by 8, and this location is at what? ZC is at what? Is 0.1. So there are, you see, 1 is approximately at, you see the pole is at 0, and the 0 is at -1, -0.1. So, and they are closer enough to each other. You see that they will cancel the effect of each other, but here the gain will be improved, which is equal to 20. So we improve the gain of the system. So the gain of the system, the steady state error will also reduce, and the other system, you see, the performance will not change because zeta is there, so the system is already balanced. The transient is already, you see, the transient effect is already what is called the balanced, and we are only trying to improve the what is called the steady state error. So in this case, how the root, what should be the root locus? So now everything is clear. So let me plot the root locus over here. So you see that we have one pole over here and another over here. So let me make it like this. So there will be one, you see, from the pole, odd number of pole, it will be to the right of the pole, and the even number of pole, the branch will be toward the from the odd number of pole, the branch will be toward the, you see, the left of the pole, and from the even number of pole, the branch will be toward the right of the pole. They will meet at this point and then go into the, you see, into the imaginary axis. So they will go into the imaginary axis. So they will go into the imaginary axis and come back toward this point. So after this, you see, come back to the what's called real axis. One will go toward the 0 and finish at 0. You see, this will be the end point, and the another one will move toward this side. You see, this will move toward this side, root locus. So it will go toward the left hand side. Meanwhile, you see, this is we have 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. So this is, if we are counting the number. So from the even number of the poles, the root locus will lie toward the right of the pole. So it will move toward this side. Again, it will meet at -1. So at -1, the breakup point will happen, and one will go toward this side, and the another one will go toward this side. So you see that both these points, so both these points are now on the what is called, this is on the root locus. When we does not consider the pole zeros, this pair, the compensator, the gain was equal to 5, but now the gain is equal to, is what? Is equal to 20. So what happens, we increase the gain of the system. So with the increasing the gain of the system, the steady state error, that will also reduce. So this means that if we have the, you see, this is the step response input function. So what will happen if we have the, let's say that this is the uncompensated system. This was the uncompensated system. This is the uncompensated system, and after compensation, you do not change the steady state, what is called the transient response. You do not, we keep the impedance same, the damping, we keep the damping same. If you keep the damping same, it follows the same path. You see, the same overshoot, because we did not change the the maximum overshoot, the settling time. We do not change that one, but we did one thing, and that is that after coming toward this point, sorry, I make this one to be red. Let me change first the color. This was the input function. So you see, the steady state error between the green line and this line is equal to, is more. And after using this compensation, so after using the compensation, it comes toward this line and it go over to the step response. So this means the steady state error is reduced. So initially the with the uncompensated system, so this green one is the uncompensated system. So this is the uncompensated system. Then we have the red one. The red one is what? The red line is the compensated system. Which compensated system? Lag compensation, PI compensation. And the blue line, this is the input function, input step function, unit step function. So you see that we reduce the steady state error. So in this case, we increase the what is called the gain of the system. You can also check this one, because now we have GH is equal to what? Is K, and we have S plus 0.0 1 divided by s into s plus 2, and then this one is s plus 0.1 divided by 8. So for at k is equal to 5, then the open loop gain, that will become equal to what? That will become equal to k multiplied by 0.1 divided by 2 multiplied by 0.1 divided by 8. So kV which will become equal to 0.5 divided by 0.2 divided by 8. And if you find this one, this will be equal to what? We find we improve the steady state error, the gain of the system. Conclusion. In conclusion, what we have to do? In conclusion, check the transient response. So we have to check the transient response. Check transient response of the system. Number 2, this is number 1. Number 2 is if the transient response is okay, or you have to improve the transient response. Improve transient response. How to improve the transient response? By using the PD compensator, or you can controller, or you can say the lead compensator. In other terms, 0 and pole. So 0 will be toward the imaginary axis. Number 3, you see, you have to check the steady state. Check steady state response. If everything is okay, then just stop it. Otherwise, you can improve the steady state error by to improve the steady state by using the PI controller, or you can also say the lag compensator. So this means that you can use both also at the same time. So first you have to use the lead compensator, and then you can also use the lag compensator. First you have to use the lead compensator, and then you can also use the lag compensator. So the PID controller, you can also use what is called P. You can also add the all also. So this is the P, this is I, and this is the P. So you can also use this one, the PID controller. So this means that first you have to improve the transient response. If the transient response is satisfied, then go for the steady state response. If steady state response is also satisfied, then you see that then you can stop there. Remember that you have to properly use the compensator. If you improve the transient response, you have to work near the imaginary axis. And then over here, see over here, and you have to bring, you see, everything toward the 0. This one toward the 0. So you have to add the 0 into the system, which is the P compensator or the lead compensator. So if 0 is there, so you see it will drag the root locus toward the imaginary axis, and toward the imaginary axis means that you are dealing with the transient response. If it is away from the imaginary axis, means that you are dealing with the steady state response of the system. So with this, I think with this we have to finish over here our topic, and I believe that this may have, we see that you okay. Let me also say that even over here, if the design parameters are different, so you can, the location of this pole in zeros, that will be, you see, that will be different. So you see different values. You can you have to find the you have to properly design the system. It's not like this is a design, you have to design only for zeta is equal to 0.5 or the settling time or the given gain of the system. So you have to properly design this one, and you have to look towards each parameter. So with this one, thank you very much. I hope that we will continue this session. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.